Hey everyone, welcome back to Ontario Gardening. So today I ripped out the rest of my pepper plants as we're coming to the end of the season, and I have a ton of jalapenos. So what perfect time to make pickled jalapenos. These are awesome as like a condiment to put on top of stuff. I personally put them in my sourdough breads to make like jalapeno cheddar breads. They're amazing, and it's a great way to preserve up the rest of your pepper harvest for the winter. So for this recipe, you're going to need 3.5 pounds of jalapenos. You can slice them into slices, or you can just leave them in rings. I just don't even bother de-seeding them or anything. Just ring them up as is. 2 large carrots, shredded. A cup of very thinly sliced onions. I did the best that I could. That took like 1 large onion. 6 crushed garlic cloves. That's 1 for each pint, so this makes 6 pints. And then 2.5 cups of 5% white vinegar, 2.5 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of pickling salt, and then it's going to be 1 tablespoon of white sugar. So the first thing you're going to need is to put that 3.5 pounds of jalapenos inside of a bigger bowl. To that, we are going to add the carrots and onions on top, and we're going to mix these thoroughly together. I would suggest using gloves or not your bare hands because these are going to be hot and we don't want to burn our skin. So once you've got that all mixed up, to a pot on the stove, we're going to make our brine. So this is going to consist of that 2.5 cups of vinegar, followed by our 2.5 cups of water. And then that's going to be followed by that 2 tablespoons of pickling salt, and then your 1 tablespoon of white sugar. Now we're going to move this mixture to the stove, and we're going to turn it up on high, and we're going to bring it to a boil. This is our brine that we're going to pour over the jalapenos. So as it's coming to a boil, you really just want to make sure that you are mixing around that sugar and that pickling salt because we don't want the sugar to burn to the bottom. So just make sure you're giving it a stir frequently as it comes up to that boil. In the meantime, while this is coming up to a boil, we are going to place 1 of the crushed cloves of garlic at the bottom of each pint jar. So just simply to the bottom. And then once we are done that, on top of them, we are going to funnel in our vegetable mixture that has the jalapenos, carrots, and the onions. And we are going to pack them up to about this line here and leaving about 1/2 inch headspace. Don't forget while you're doing this though that we are making sure to just stir this and make sure that's not burning. We also have our lids going, and I've got the water canner coming to a boil. Okay, so we have our brine to a full rolling boil. Everything is dissolved in there, and now we can turn off the heat and we can ladle the brine over our jalapeno mixtures in their jars. So you are looking to fill just a line with the jalapenos in the jar. So what you're looking for is for your jalapenos to be submerged in that liquid. If you're finding that it's not, you want to use a spoon and you want to make sure to push these down and make sure that they are. They are pretty tightly packed, but we're just making sure that when this cooks, it's not cooking with the jalapenos above the brine because we want it in there. We also want to make sure if it was too highly packed and that there is a jalapeno, say, sticking out of the top or an onion or anything, we also want to make sure that's pushed down and under the brine. We don't necessarily want it touching the lid. It is possible if your jars are over full that they'll siphon while they're water bathing because all the contents inside are boiling. So just make sure that everything is underneath that brine. And now you want to wipe the rim with either a damp paper towel or cloth, just where that lid's going to go on, and make sure that it's clear of debris so you've got a really good seal. Then we're going to go ahead and pop our lids on, and then you're going to put the band on just fingertip tight. If you over tighten it, you could have siphoning again. And now we're going to throw them in our water bath canner, and we're going to process them once it's up to a full rolling boil again for 10 minutes. And I will see you in 10 minutes to show you what our finished product looks like. And here is our pickled jalapenos. you will see that they're kind of darker in a color, similar to what you would get like at your grocery store. So anyways, that is all cooked and ready to be consumed in about a week for the best flavor. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.